Hello everyone, George here, and in this implementation of FNAF inside of Unity using Maya LT for the modeling, we're working once again on the supply closet. In this video, we're jumping over to one of these canisters, specifically one of the container bottles of, I don't know, it's going to be some sort of cleaning agent. So let's go ahead and click on one of these, frame up on it, spacebar, let's go to display, hide unselected objects. There we are, so now we're just working with this one bottle. So what I'm thinking of is cutting this thing right down the center. So let's go to edge mode, double click here. Now because our geometry is a little bit wonky, we're going to have to make a couple selections. It's not going to go all the way across the thing, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's go to X-ray mode and make sure things are working out. Okay, it looks like we've got this whole thing cut up there, or at least we can make a full selection all the way across it pretty simply. So what I am going to do is go to UV mode, grab the whole thing, and let's right click, go to face mode actually, and grow our selection because I don't want to get that cap, not yet at least. I'm going to grow that all the way. UVs, let's do planar. Nope, UVs, planar, and bounding box. And let's do this from the X direction. There we are, apply, close, and now we have that there. Let's bring out our modeling editor, UV editor tool. So now we have that, and we of course have the cylinders over there. Move this over, grab these, move them off as well, get them somewhere over there, just have this. So that's everything. We're going to want to cut this thing now like we had done before. So we still have our edges selected, so shift, right click, and let's go to cut. So now we should have two distinct shells, the inside and the outside of this thing. Oh, let's see, did I get the inside of this thing as well? Let's go to edge mode, edge, and let's do this as well. And shift right click and cut as well. Now we should have the two pieces. There we are. And we should probably have this toolkit where it belongs, which is right there. That, by the way, annoys the heck out of me, is the toolkit always seems to come off the side of this thing. And okay, so we've got one side and the other, so let's take a look. So that's this side, so let's flip, let's see, let's flip this one around, right? Yeah. So let's go to transform, and can we do not rotate but flip along the vertical axis? Nope, U axis. Let's vertical, U axis. There we are. So those are two pieces right there, and the seam would be right there. I'm going to do, let's see, let's do the other way. Let's flip so that they're together like that. And we should be able to grab both of these now. And I think we can grab that edge, right? Just this one right here. Just this one. So let's grab all of these. Unselect that one. And moving down, we should be able to merge all of these together cleanly. At least that's the hope. Down, and shift right click. Let's do stitch together. And there we are. Move that over. And now we have both sides of our canister, which should be just fine. Although I think I'm going to want this one. Trying to think. With the way this is going to get mirrored, because this is all going to be flip-flopped, isn't it? Because this one here is this side. So I'm looking on the inside of this entire thing, when really I want to be looking on the outside of it. So let's go to face mode and flip this thing. Oh, I lost the editor again. Let's flip this that way. So now I have all of this, which is the front, and now this is the back side, which is how I want it. Okay, perfect. Save that really quick. Let's actually go to File, Save As, and just make this a new one, 04, and call this UVWs. Okay, so we've got that going for us. I'm going to edit, delete all, or delete by type history on that. And now that we have that bit done, If I want to, I'm going to need to smooth things out a bit because it's not going to, the UVs are a little bit squashed in some places. So if we go over here, turn on our checkerboard, we can see the squashing occurring right along this edge here, anywhere basically that the two seams were coming together. So to fix that, I'm going to grab everything and let's go to Tools, Smooth, and start to unfold this. We can see that it's not doing a perfect job. It's getting bunched up considerably in different areas. And I might need to add some cuts here and there to let it breathe, give it some room to work. But at least these side areas are a little bit better. Mainly, I don't want this part to become screwed up because that's where our logos and labels are going to go. But it looks like, for the most part, inside of here, it's got enough space to work. Getting a little cramped in here, if anything, might want to give this edge right here a cut so it can kind of fold off from itself. Let's try that. See if it does anything. Did that do anything? Let it relax a bit and then let it unfold. Just a tiny bit. It gave it the smallest little bit of space there. Not a whole lot of change. Yeah, that just screwed everything up, so that's a bad idea. So we'll keep it somewhere around there. Might be better. Actually, the seam should probably be going inside of the handle to let this whole thing come off. And that way these won't be bound up, but not terribly important. Okay. So next up is the cap on the top, so we need to mess with that. So the cap itself, we can just do cylindrical. So right click, let's grow selection. Let's just do, let's just go to here. Since it's already set up to be a cylinder, there's no point in doing it again. UV shell, grab this, go to scale and scale it down. Move it somewhere in, maybe there. And let's see, this is the bottom, this is the top. Move them off. Which one is which? Let's find out. This looks like the top. This looks like the bottom. The bottom is completely unnecessary. We can probably delete it, which we might do. Let's move this to fill some space over there. And this is the sides of it, which have way too much going on. So let's make this work a little bit better. Getting better, getting better, getting better. And scale the whole thing down. And that's pretty good. So let's move this into here and scale it down as well. Putting it off to the side, grab this top or bottom, doesn't matter. That's not needed. Let's come over here, right click, go to faces, to contain faces, and I'm going to delete it. There's really no reason to have that. So there's a top cap, there's a side. So we're done all there. And if anything, this can be made larger now. So let's just move this in here, push this off up there, push that over there. Okay, great. So the UVs at least were very simple on this one. Edit, delete by type, history, save, and let's go ahead and push this out now. UV editor, we're in object mode, UV snapshot, browse, and UV supply closet, and let's call this cleaning or odd cleaning or cleaner with handle maybe. All right. And let's open up Photoshop and take a look inside. Let's go to File and Open, FNAF, Maya, Images, and we'll go to Cleaner with Handle. Once again, making sure we have a stroke on that. Hit UVW. We're going to need some sort of a background color. A lot of these are bluish type of color, so why don't we go with that? So we'll pick one of these. Maybe. Shift F5. Although, maybe not quite. Let's desaturate that a little bit. maybe down. There we go. That's looking a little bit more dreary. Good. And base color. Now that we have that, we can go to work on some of the other parts. So we need a label, which is going to be somewhere in here, I suppose. So why don't we do front label? And then we need a back label. And now we need to come up with something interesting. So that's the center line. This portion right here is probably where the label should go. We should probably use curves for this, I'm guessing. So why don't we try to do that? So let's use the pen tool. Not great with this, so let's give it a go. Let's see here. Here's that, and maybe there, and then down here, and then back over here, and then over here, and back here someplace, and then we'll finish it off here, here, come back up over here, and then close it up somewhere there. Let's see here. Path. Where's my path? There's my working path. So let's see what we have. Let's go to Path Select Tool. So that's my path. And let's mess with some things. So let's edit this path and see if we can't make it work a little bit better for us. Just straightening out the elements. Trying to see if I can get it to follow the contours of the bottle, which will probably make it look better. Like a human being actually planned this to be this way. So there's my path. So I make a selection of that path. Let's do let's fill it with something, maybe just like a white color. That's not what I want. Shift F5. What's going on here? Why am I getting this bleeding effect? All right, let's just fill the foreground completely with white to begin with. All right, so let's do foreground. I screwed that up. Label. Let's go over here to paths. Crap. Let's make a new layer. Let's duplicate back label, just call it front label. Go to paths, grab this one. That's interesting. I guess that's stroke the path. Let's fill in that paths area. Now that we have that, we can double click on the front label. Let's go to stroke and let's do, let's see, center. Go with like a gradient, silver gradient, I think, on the stroke. Maybe we'll do that later. Anyway, there's my gradient. I'm going to change the UVW on this. Let's go to stroke and let's just make the whole thing light. Better. And thinner as well, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, great. So that's better. Now we just need some sort of a logo. Let's just bring some text in here. Call it something. Stain be gone. Something like that. Doesn't matter. You can have fun with it. I'm just going to get rid of it and get it done with. then something like new formula. They should be smaller, probably rotated at some odd angle. Now with child safety cap. Let's grab all of this and justify it over that way. And do something to make this look more interesting. Gradients are always good for that. Probably something that looks a little bit better though. Why do these look like crap? Oh, overlay, that's why. Normal. Rainbow might be a bit much. Let's go with that. Why not? And let's make this bigger. 140. Let's get some crappy line art in here. Something that they would put behind something like this. Like that. New formula. After pending lawsuits. Apply, move it down, and have some fun with it. Let's do a stroke and make that like red or yellow, I guess. And gradient, and we'll do something like that. Hit OK. We'll do what? Radial. And we should probably change new formula, its color, to something else. Since it's got to pop out in front of everyone. Let's do that's eye-poppingly horrifying. There we go. New formula, stain be gone. Now a child safety cap. Needs something right here, doesn't it? As if it's some sort of a brand. Soap suds, whatever you want to call them. And we'll just put some beveling on them and come at it from a different angle, maybe. Size, soften them. Hit OK, and just do that for each of them. Good enough. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe we want a shadow, a reverse shadow, drop shadow. But we want this to be that way, don't we? Something like that. Why not? There we are. Okay, so we have our stain be gone, new formula. Yay! Let's see what it looks like on the actual thing really quick. I should really clean up all that junk, but we'll get to it. UVs, where are you? You need to come to the top. UVWs. To the top, please. There we go. Let's turn off U. Save. Let's go to Photoshop. And get rid of that bit. Say OK. File, save as. PNG, FNAF, texture, whoa, nope. Textures, please, and that is not the name I want. File, save as, textures, supply closet, save, okay. Go into Maya, close that out, right click, assign new material, Fong, let's do supply closet underscore bottle with handle underscore M, enter, Control A, Control C, go to color, file, grab this, enter, find the file. Oh, I saved it as a PSD, whoops. File, save as PNG, save, okay, Maya, there we are. Go here, save that as a texture, there we are. And that's what we have. So the whole logo is pushed over to the side a bit, so we're going to want to tweak that. So let's grab all of this except for back label, put it in a group, and just call it front label. Grab it and just move it until I like it. So I'm guessing somewhere around there. File, save as, PNG. Let's get rid of the UVs. Yes, and okay. Coming back over to Maya. I believe that's correct now. That's the new position. So stain be gone, yay! Now we just need the backside. Not that it matters, but we'll make one anyway. It'll probably be very similar to the front. I'll just take this bit and move it down. We can play with some other things if we want to. So let's nuke the back label, duplicate the front label, rename it back label, and just move it over or mirror the whole thing. So take it all, if it lets me, and flip-flop it like this, but do a -100. Hit apply. I'm just going to stick it, let's see, somewhere there. And the first thing I want to do is take my shapes here. I'm probably going to want to mess with them. So, do I still have my path? I do have my path. Can I, let's see, modify. I can't flip that. Well, I can, let's mess with the working path. So let's zoom in on the path and edit this. Whoops. So that's the whole path. Let's grab you. Move you down. Let's grab you. And also move you down and flatten you out. Put you to the center. Flatten you out. Yep. Something like that. Okay. So that's flat now. Let's grab the whole thing and bring it over here and put it right about there. Now I can grab that, go over to layers. That's the layer there. So let us do a few things. Let's go to this path. Let's fill this whole thing. First of all, can I do that? Shift F5, foreground color, please. There we are, much better. Okay, great. So that worked. We can get rid of the new formula stuff. We don't need that. We can get rid of the blast effect, whatever that is. The ellipses can go, well actually, you know what, we'll leave the ellipses. We'll just shrink them down as part of the logo and put them over here. That'll fill up space. And that can go, and that can go. We'll put new text in. And all I need is the shape gone. And then we can fill this in with bullshit. Let's write this in a text editor first. What do you say? And you know what? That's good enough. Let's Control A, Control C that. Come over to Photoshop, Control A, Control V, and let's just get it somewhere that works. So actually, I don't like the fact that the text is getting placed within that. So let's try this again, Control V, and let's get a different font because that's impossible to read. Stay going with a new improved formula. Oops. Just formatting to get it to fit what I want. Oh geez, I need to flip this, don't I? This should go that way. And yeah, it's a lot of white space. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. But I don't care. And let's see, what did I say? After they gave me. After, there we go. Actually, I can probably increase the size of all of this to 20. Or not, maybe not. This I can increase to 20. Which might look a little bit better. And delete one of these. Okay, there we go. So that's that bit. Now we just need the cap, which will just be white or a whitish color. So let's grab U. Let's do this way. Lasso tool. Let's do it this way. And now this. Okay. Coming on down here. Let's do a whitish gray. Shift F5, enter. That's not what I wanted. Foreground, okay. Now I need those lines, so let's just find bottle cap maybe. Here we go. Let's copy that image. And just do this. It's good enough. So grab them, merge them, blur them. And then overlay them a bit. And let's just see. No, that's probably good enough. Just go with it. Actually, I mean, if you really want to, since they kind of end when you hit the tops, you can always, I guess I can't. We'll just do that. Apply. Let's turn off the UVs and just see what we have here. There we are. And, you know, once again, if you want to find some nice stains that you like and apply them to the object, if that's what you want to go for. So if you want to grab something that works for you, overlay it, maybe lower its intensity a bit, give it a layer, give it a gradient. Whoops. So that doesn't quite impact everything all the way. And let's move that up and make sure it actually impacts everything. Does not look like it's really doing a whole lot to the whites. So let's see what else we can do. Do something like that and come in here now and whoops. Doctor them up a bit. And take your time. Don't necessarily do it as fast as I am because I'm just really throwing it together. Because you'll be able to see the brush strokes unless you go back in and blur some of the stuff. Okay, good enough. Turn off my UVs. File, save as, PNG, yes, okay. Come back over to Maya. Let's take a look at Stain Be Gone. And that looks much more like it belongs in there. Save, display, show all, and just go ahead and start placing this wherever you want it to go. So replacing these ones here, if you want to create multiple variations of this, not just Stain Be Gone, rotate it around so you can see the back and the front. Well, you can also, let's see if we can't grab, so if we grab this and then grab this and go to Modify or Mesh and Transfer Attributes, can we transfer? Grab all of these, right click, assign existing material. Let's do bottle with handle. Let's grab this one and this one. Mesh, transfer attributes. And if we do, it looks like transfer attribute options, local space. We can grab these and transfer the UVs from our initial object to these other objects. And that way, they will all have the proper UVs that are already set up, and we don't really need to worry about anything. We don't have to go through and duplicate anything at all. Let's go to right-click existing materials and bottle with handle, and there we go. All right, with that, we'll end this video. I hope you enjoyed us doing our Stain Be Gone bottles. Remember, if you enjoyed it, give me a like. If you disliked it, of course, give me a dislike, but also give me a comment on why. And if you want more content like this in the future, always remember to subscribe. I will see you later. George out. Bye.